a little project and a little trip that my friend Kim and I went on. She and I are both taking this herbal course. With each unit, there is a list of herbs that we are supposed to taste and try and see what kind of effect it has on us, just so that you have exposure to all these herbs that you're learning about. And it wasn't very many, it was about 8. We did a little research and we found in our area in Winsboro, Elm Street Apothecary, and we went over there to see if they had any of the herbs that we needed. And she had almost all of them, I think, but maybe 2 that we needed for our actual class. And then there was a few others, of course, that we got that we wanted. The 2 that she had on order, but of course with all the supply delays that we've all had and seen, she has not gotten that supply of that particular herb. But she had a lot of herbs that we needed, so we were really excited. We really loved her shop. She was very knowledgeable about her business, of course, and we just had a really good time. She had capsules, she had just all sorts of things, teapots, tea kettles, pre-made teas if you wanted teas. She had pre-made capsules made up if you wanted some capsule blends that she had made up. She had other culinary herbs. She just had an array of things, and even a book that Kim wanted, and Kim ended up buying a book, and we were able to buy some seeds. She even had seeds for different herbs, which is not unusual, but she had some seeds that were unusual to find rather than just garden herbs. This is an herb, it's called stinging nettle. We got to talking about stinging nettle, and I told her, everybody's all the time talking about stinging nettle. I said, I've lived in East Texas my whole life. I don't know what stinging nettle looks like. I've never seen stinging nettle besides a bull nettle. Now, I do know what a bull nettle feels like and what it looks like, of course. After you've stepped on one when you were a little kid and had to pee on your leg, you know what a bull nettle is like. But anyways, I got a package of seeds for stinging nettle. So that's one of the things I'm going to try to grow. So we'll be back at her shop. We may even try to get permission to do like a little video in her shop. So if you're in the East Texas area, try out Elm Street Apothecary. We had a great time. We will be back. And the prices were great. You could get a large amount or a small amount. She didn't care. She'd bag up whatever you needed. So let me show you what some of the things that we got. This is catnip. And of course I used a recycled pasta jar. Anytime I can recycle my jars, I'm all the time doing that. This is hops. That's a recycled mayonnaise jar. This is lavender flowers. I had a hard time growing lavender flowers, so that was one of the ones I did end up buying. It wasn't on our list, but I just wanted some because I cannot grow lavender. Something about lavender, I'm not very good at it, so I will be purchasing my lavender herbs because I cannot grow them. But I made a cute little tag for it. See the little lavender? This is wood betony. This is a astragalus. Marshmallow root. This is oat straw. This is chamomile. So I'm hoping to grow some chamomile. I'm hoping to be able to do that myself, grow my own chamomile this summer. Now I don't even know how to say this. Ashwagandha, it's a root as well. Raspberry leaf. Made that little tag. Valerian. Y'all, valerian Oh, it is stinky. It is so stinky. Even my son, it was in a bag, inside of a bag. And when we brought it in, he's like, what is that smell? It smells terrible. And I'm like, oh, it's valerian. It's my herbs. This sticky. So I was glad to go ahead and finally get this one in a jar because it was so stinky. But I was very excited about valerian. I've heard a lot of good things about valerian. It's of course they used it for ages and ages, and it's a root that they use it on Outlander, so I was kind of excited about that. And this is mullein leaf. Now, Kim and I foraged for mullein leaf, and you'll see that I've got some mullein leaf tincture and everything, but she had some. I take that back. Kim had the mullein leaf. She was out, the Elm Street Apothecary was out of mullein leaf. Of course, with what all we've been through, that would be one of the herbs that people were after. So Kim had some mullein leaf, and she gave me some mullein leaf. The other thing that she was out of lobelia. So hopefully she's going to get in some lobelia, but you can grow lobelia, I think. So I'm going to try to look for lobelia, but this was my little tag I've got for it when it comes in. And I knew I had some lemon balm tincture that I already had made up, and so I wanted to make a little tag up for it, so I made a little lemon balm. This is my favorite. I thought that turned out so cute, a little lemon balm tincture tag. On all my little tags that I did, I recycled some paper, some just, cardstock paper that were actually in packages of fat quarters. I'm all the time talking y'all about things that I recycle. This is just another one of those things that I thought, don't throw that away. I can use that for something, because I've already used probably 6 or so pages of this. If I had to buy that, I'd spend a couple of dollars. So, I've saved a couple of dollars and used something up. So just wanted to share that with you, that, look for things like this and you can use them in some of your crafting projects. So I just wanted to show y'all my fun things I've been messing and doing with my herbs today, and hopefully I'll bring you along with our process. Maybe when we do that little taste testing of our herbs and stuff, I'll show y'all and what all it tastes like, how we taste it. It'll be kind of a fun little video. I'm also going to show y'all some straining and some of the tinctures that I've got here. So let me put all this stuff up and then we'll move on to the next thing. So these are some of my herbs and stuff that I've started tinctures and oils with, and I haven't drained them or strained them. And so I'm just kind of playing today since it's such a dreary day outside, and these are some of the things that I can do when it's, not pretty weather outside. So I'm straining some of these tinctures. And I've got a basil tincture, a parsley tincture, a mullein tincture, and I've got goldenrod oil, and I've got an elderberry tincture. My elderberry is really not done yet. I'm gonna let it sit a while and get as much out of these elderberries as I can, and kind of keep swishing them around. But one of the things that I like about a tincture is that a tincture basically will last forever due to the alcohol content in it, and that is one of the things that I like about a tincture. But an oil is nice too, especially to make a salve. So I've got the goldenrod oil, and I've got goldenrod rosemary oil. I have rosemary oil, and I really want to make that into a salve. So I may do that. One thing that I did before I kind of knew what I was doing and before I've learned, and it's just like any homesteading skill that you're learning, you might not do it the best way at first. But one of the things that I didn't do with my oils is, especially something like rosemary that kind of has that thick texture. It's not just a leaf, so it's going to be kind of hard to pull those extracts and those volatile oils out. I didn't heat that. I just let it sit for several months, not even, probably about 6 weeks. And then the other thing I didn't do is it might have been better if I kind of bruised and chopped up the rosemary a little bit, so that crushed it up a little bit so those oils could get extracted better into the carrier oil. So, you know, you just kind of live and learn. Rosemary is a real easy herb to get. It's not like I wasted a lot of money. So this year when I plant some more rosemary or harvest some more rosemary, I can make some more and do that you know, a little differently, a little better. So I just have a strainer here, and I'm probably going to do this basil tincture. It's just, I did chop up the basil, but I didn't just like pulverize it or put it through a food processor or anything like that. Actually, my friend Kim gave me this one, so this is what she did, and it's a basil tincture. She made a lot of it. Look how much she made for me. So we're gonna strain this. She made this on June 23rd, 21. I say I'm gonna do it. And the reason why I'm using this bigger strainer, just because it's a little bit bigger jar of liquid and alcohol. Mostly for volume, not the content or anything. Oh, I smell the basil. Now this is a funnel I use, but it also has a strainer in it. So I'm gonna, hold on, let me get another bowl. I'm just gonna set that over there, and then I'm gonna pour this in here. There's just a little bit of debris and everything in here. Strain that out. If I don't get all the debris out, it'll kind of settle to the bottom. You could use a coffee filter as well, and I may do that too. We'll just see. I wanted to see how well this strained it, and it did strain out some little particles pretty good. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I also had this other fine, it's a reusable coffee filter. It's very fine, and so I may, I've never used any of this, so today's the day. So I may pour this back through and kind of see what this one does. Oh yeah, that caught some more. Let me show y'all. So it did catch some more debris. All right, so we're just gonna pour this back through. You can really smell the basil in that. All right, so got that one strained. All right, so this is parsley, and it was done on 6/22/21. I dried a lot of parsley, and since I had so much of it, I thought I'd make a tincture out of it as well. Okay, so this is parsley. Oh, it's so funny how you can smell the herbs so well. Yeah, it's crazy. I poured this back through this fine strainer. Oh yeah, look, it's got a lot of sediment. It gets a lot of that sediment out of there. Oh yeah, I really like this. Let me show y'all. I ordered this online. See the sediment in the bottom? I'm surprised at how much volume I have after the herb is taken out, because the herb, you know, I pretty much put a ton of herb in this jar before I poured the alcohol on it. So that just shows you how much it's taking out the water and the constituents out of the actual herb, because that's almost full. That's cool. All right, so let me do the rest of these. It's just that same process. I'm just kind of playing with my herbs today. One thing I did want to say is, y'all know I'm all the time talking to y'all about how to save money, how to recycle and repurpose, and there are some things that I did buy, and I've gone over that with you in setting up my Apothecary video. I'll link that up here. But one thing, you know, I use a lot of recycled jars and bottles. I'm always on the lookout for that. I reuse, you know, I use a lot of ball jars, and I, you know, reuse those, of course. But one thing that is good with these projects is reusing your canning lids. So if my canning lids have been used, I separate those out, and you can use these on these type of jars and save your good ball jar canning lids for other purposes. So that is one thing I did want to tell everybody, is saving your good lids for actually canning and not using your good lids for this. Another thing that I have saved with this is when I have bought some soaps, bar soaps and things, they come in these little mesh bags, so these make good things to save. If you were to make a tea or something like that, you could use it for this. You could use this to strain through. So sometimes saving these little bags are nice. So I just kind of wanted to go over that. The other thing that I'm going to do is I'm about to strain some oil. I've never done this before, so I'm no expert, but instead of using my really nice sieve that I bought, my coffee filter that's really fine, and getting it kind of clogged up with oils and things, I think I'm going to just use a coffee filter and a regular old, you know, strainer that fits over a bowl nicely, and it fits over this bowl really with the size. It's a really good size for this. Like I said, this is Goldenrod oil. And like I said, I kind of made the mistake of doing these oils the first time. I didn't use any kind of heating process or anything like that. I just let them sit like my tinctures, and I feel like, yes, am I going to get some of the properties out of this goldenrod, but I feel like I would have done better if I would have heated up the oil a little bit. And so it's just one of those things. You learn as you go. Just wanted to show y'all what I was doing and what all I'd kind of been doing. But hopefully we'll have more of these videos, and I'll know more about what to talk to y'all about with the actual herbs and what we're doing and all the herbs that I plan on planting this spring. Hopefully we'll have more different herbs that I collect myself, and I don't have to purchase at a herb store or online, and I can do a lot of these things that I actually grow myself. All this stuff was all things that I'd grown myself, except for the mullein. We got the mullein, we foraged for that, my friend Kim and I, and we foraged for the goldenrod, and we foraged for our elderberry. So if you work at it, you can get a lot of these things for free and get out in nature and have a good walk and get out in the sunshine. But you also might get out in the chiggers and the snakes, so be careful. Thanks for visiting with me. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.